What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Please follow my Instagram at Russo Lifts. Just in case something happens to this YouTube channel, you can follow, message, and you can watch my daily story content on Instagram. I'll see you there. What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome back to another cycle log vlog. This is the aftermath of the mini TREN post-corona, quarantine recomposition cycle where, I hit a little bit of TREN ACE with IGF LR3 because my receptors were so sensitive because I basically took a full break from cycling. I was on HRT, old grandpa dose, resensitizing my receptors, and then had to jump back into it because I do want to do classic physique. So that was the little recomposition I had at, around 250 pounds. And now I am cutting back down to 225 pounds. And I have finally made progress. After dropping the TREN, it has been a lot easier to dial my diet in. I'm now weighing in at 246 pounds constantly. And that is going down nice and smoothly. Gonna aim to lose about a pound or two a week, and then slowly creep down to 225 pounds, and then look into competing after my physique and my body is comfortable at that weight. I don't really need a coach or anything for me to just literally get back in shape. Again, this bulk was insane this winter and was ruined by COVID, right? Because I had my metabolism so high with the injectable SARM cycle bulking, documenting the injectable LGD. You can check out all those logs on the channel, but I was eating like a maniac. I'm talking like 8,000 calories consistently each day, eating till I was sick, constantly like almost puking. I was force feeding like crazy, and I crept all the way up to 250 pounds, and then COVID hit, and my whole goal was to stick at 250 for a little bit and then dial in the cardio, and then slowly creep back down without taking a break from training or, being able to even go in a gym. So this was all, just what happened, how it played out. And, I'm back on track. I'm back on the high horse, and I've been slowly building up my training. This has been consistently in the gym and adjusting to my new home, which is to come, and then adjusting to my new work schedule. Everything, my diet is finally back. Everything's starting to fall together again, and I'm just excited to be pushing into the gym. I spent a lot of time slowly getting back into my working volume because at the end of that injectable SARM's bulk, my training volume was ridiculous. Like multiple sets of 405, 455 on squats, followed up by crazy hack squat volume, and I was doing 125s on incline for volume. It was just, I can't jump directly back into those working sets after going from that amount of super physiological androgen level all the way down to 165 milligrams of T a week, not being able to train, just sitting and atrophying. It took me a while, but I'm finally dialing back in. As far as how long I'm going to cruise for, I want to put together a little cut documentary. I'm nervous about sourcing LGD 3303. I'm just very, very apprehensive on it being real, and I really don't want to do, a fake pro hormone and then document it and have all the publicity on YouTube. So 3303 is what I would like to do. That's like LGD 4033 without the water retention, and it's a much more condensed half an active life, and it's a lot more drier, but it still has the size type characteristics of LGD. Just with me personally, I have mineral and electrolyte imbalances with LGD 4033 from the longer, more stable half-life. I would rather have the 3303 added in short half-life and utilize it more as a cutter, more as a pre-workout androgen. That's what I wanted to document. I don't know. You can leave in the comments down below how you would dial back down to 225 pounds, and I'm just going to chill at 225 pounds and then get a coach together and then get an actual game plan on what, I'm actually going to bodybuild, right? I'm not going to be doing a lot of strength. I'm actually going to fully bodybuild and then fully have a coach, pick what weak points he wants to do and how he wants to do it, and leave it in the coach's hands and just follow the coach's commands, document it for you guys, and then document the cycle that is the future content, and I'm super excited, but I need to get back in shape, obviously, and I'm creeping there. You know, this leg day was a real good session where I actually went and touched some heavy weights. I'm not too big of a fan of this squat rack. It moves, it's janky, it's uneven, and my cues, you know, if you powerlift, you have a set of cues, right? You know, you put your hands on the same part of the bar, you look at the same part of the bar, you take 2 steps. Like, I just have like, there's no cue building with a rack like this, and no safety bars either, but worked my way up to, you know, 4 plates and a 10-5 on each side for a good set, and then I go into 405 sets. So starting to feel like my old self coming off the TREN, right? This is after the TREN, so my strength did not go down. I did not deteriorate. I honestly probably stayed the same just because I'm having much better sleep. And I'm reading the TREN comments, and I'm just documenting honestly what's happening. I think a lot of people like to ignore side effects, and a lot of people like to acknowledge side effects that, you know, it's not there. Like, mentally be tough. Like, I'm mentally tough. I'm just literally saying everything, right? This is a documentary channel. This is not, oh, Russo's a pussy and can't handle TREN. Like, I'll shut the fuck up and handle it. But I think for overall educational purposes, it's probably best that I say everything, all my analysis of being on TREN and what that entailed. So if you were looking into doing a cycle, you would have those grains, you know, of knowledge to formulate your methodology on how you're going to deal with TREN. That's my goal with this channel. So yeah, it wasn't fun. I wasn't expecting it to be fun. I did not do that high of a dose, and it worked, right? My physique morphed back pretty well. I'm not popping. I don't have nitrogen retention because I'm carb cycling pretty aggressively. I just kept dialing in my carb cycling more and more and more. And right now I'm doing 2 low carb days followed by 1 high carb day. And the high carb day is normally fixated around when I train legs, because I just need higher food intake to do this amount of working volume with these weights. But overall, plan is going according to plan. Next thing I want to touch on is just, I've been getting a lot of comments recently, and this isn't me, like, I understand there's haters, right? I've had haters ever since I started doing YouTube. Like, when I was natty 17-year-old in my basement, just lifting weights personally for myself and would post it on YouTube, I would get haters. So I'm not sensitive to the haters. I always chirp haters because they give me the most amount of replies, right? They're insensitive or insecure, and they want to get under my skin. And I used to troll. I used to be a great troll, and I only appreciate good trolls on my channel. So I will always chirp trolls to get more replies, which yields in a higher YouTube algorithm return from them leaving so many comments. But it just, for me, I see this a lot where people will call out someone and say they look natty because their body fat is high. Like, for you to be qualified as not looking natty, you need to be absolutely shredded, freaky, and that is just not the case in reality. And I have never claimed to have tier 1 genetics at all, right? This is just a documentary channel on my progress in bodybuilding. Never once did I make any crazy claims, but saying that I look natural is just flat out wrong. And I just feel bad because the line of, you know, what's accomplishable natty is so blurred from the amount of fake naturals, who aren't using high dosages, who aren't using HGH, insulin, multi-compound high dosage cycles and going nuts with the drugs. You know, these fake natties are cruising on 250 milligrams a test or SARMs only, and that's not natural. That's not natural. Yet there's so many people skating by under the fake natty category of like, oh, you know, logically this looks attainable naturally, when in reality they're not. Reality, they're just lying about it. That the level has been raised so far to what is considered not natty looking. You know, when you see someone with crazy delts popping, crazy traps popping. It's just a sign normally for androgen abuse. And I'm just saying that because I know my genetics. My best friend is a genetic freak who can naturally bench 405 and squat 500 for reps. Like, I've known him since kindergarten. I've trained with him, and I've had the most training sessions with him. Like, people act like I'm in Looneyville, and it just perplexes me. And I just feel like the line of like the line that fake natties have pushed it to, it's a shame for actual naturals, in my opinion. Like, unless you're a genetic natural freak with low myostatin and high natural tests, like, your progress will never be quote unquote sufficient to be a peak natty, when in reality there's very few elite natty physiques, in my opinion, that are actually natty. And unless you hit the genetic lottery, utilizing some amount of androgens, if you're going to spend most of your life in the gym to achieve a look you want, like, you shouldn't be fixated, in my opinion, on looking unnatty, because most of the time you'll push the drugs too much to where you're battling too many side effects. It's better to creep along linearly and constantly be analyzing blood work than to fixate yourself on just looking unnatty as fast as possible. And I see this a lot in my Instagram DM box. I see a lot of people who are like so fixated on, yes, they're making progress, but they want to look like that crazy physique. Like, that crazy physique is built from years of cycling, which people don't understand, and it's built from muscle maturity, right? At 23 years old, I'm not going to have the muscle maturity of someone cycling who's 28, 29 years old. I'm just not. I don't have the time in the gym. My muscles haven't matured, haven't had all that tension for all that amount of time. All those sessions, that's like more than 1,000 sessions that they have on me. It's a marathon, not a sprint, enhanced or natural, right? Enhanced, in my opinion, it's much more of a marathon. I feel people burn themselves out with the everyone's enhanced culture nowadays. I see it all the time. More people than you'll ever know utilize androgens but don't tell anyone besides someone like me. I can't tell you how many times in the DM box, like, someone's like, my wife doesn't even know, you're the only one who knows, or how do I tell my fam? Like, it's the fake natty thing is an issue, and it's always been an issue in the fitness industry. And nowadays I just see the outcome, right? Because I'm not impressive to people. I'm not, I don't look like an IFBB pro, and I don't have the greatest insertions. So I don't look natural. So I look natural at 250 pounds, 23 years old, at 6 foot. When in reality, to accomplish that naturally, to have the delts I have naturally, I mean, theoretically, if you had king of the crop A1 natural genetics, possibly. But even compared to my friend who does, you just can't compete with androgen delts and androgen traps. And I'm not saying that because I'm sensitive. You can think what you want of me, right? I don't give a shit. I post videos of myself covered in full body acne. I post videos of myself not even combing my hair. Like, I don't care. This is a documentary channel for you to gain information and insight from. But to say that I look natty and constantly be fighting me in the comments, giving me multiple replies of paragraphs explaining that don't make sense, it just baffles me that people are so skewed on what is actually accomplishable naturally. And I haven't run high dosage cycles. I haven't done crazy blast. I was going to save till when I competed to do those crazy cycles. I still wanted cards up my sleeve when I competed. I didn't want to blast just to get a competable physique. I wanted to slowly, linearly creep up with SARMs only, building my base with SARMs only, maintaining that on my natural hormones, and then push on slow cruising with SARMs on top, or like a low toxicity oral, to get a competable physique. And then once I go into competition, if a competition prep coach wants to put me on a crazy cycle to accomplish a certain look for a certain date where I have to look insane to compete, That's fine, and that'll be documented, and that's not healthy, but that's bodybuilding. Remember, it's a marathon. That's all I'm gonna say about this topic. Appreciate everyone stopping in. Hope everyone's well.